Hello, welcome back, you guys. Happy late new moon. Well, I wanted to do a reading yesterday, but I was just running around doing a bunch of stuff, the holidays and all that. And yeah, I didn't really end up having the time to do the reading that I wanted to do. So yeah, here we are. We're here with the new moon. You do feel the effects probably about up to 3 days before and after. We are in the shadow period of Mercury retrograde, which starts on the 29th. We're going to start out using the Mystical Cat Tarot today. I wanted to do something a little different. Happy holidays for whichever holiday you celebrate. But that said, man, I don't have much else to say. We're just going to go ahead and take a deep breath, say a prayer, and tap in. Alright, pray to God, Spirit, my guides, and my angels, and my ancestors to help myself and the collective see the clearest messages for the highest good of all involved in our love and relationships for a timeless love reading. We also want to give thanks to our guides, angels, and ancestors for any messages that want to come through for the collective. So, I hope you are good. It's only been a few days, maybe like 2 or 3 days since my last reading. Yeah, the energies were a little intense, and I know for me personally, the energies have been pretty intense, just in general. The new moon, I don't know if it was just me, but it seems like that new moon was an intense one. This is the last new moon of 2022, before we do move into 2023. I'm not setting any time frame on this, you know what I mean? We're just going to be reading how we read. Bottom of the deck, though, we do have the Emperor. Let's go ahead. Well, we got some more cards that came out. So we have the... Oh my god, I dropped them. We have the Nine of Wands. Oh, by the way, if you want to book a personal reading or see any of my other services, that is in the description. And also, thank you so much for watching, by the way. I know I say this every video, and I say this about saying this every video, but I really do appreciate you watching. And if you are new here, we have a nice little family, and welcome. But yeah, man, we're just going to be tapping in. So, Nine of Wands, Eight of Pentacles, and the Eight of Cups. I haven't used this deck in a while, so I might have to kind of take a look at the cards. So, I feel like something is being walked away from. I'm not sure what, but these are two either moving towards something to move away from something, or moving, you know what I mean? This is what I'm seeing. Like, Eight of Cups in general is somebody who is kind of just moving in their own direction. This is somebody who is willing to walk away from the drama. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's kind of hard to get it to focus, but it looks like there's a fountain. No, is that a fountain? I don't think it's a fountain. No, but it looks like it's some kind of visage for like Aphrodite or something like that, right? It's some kind of somebody who is very venerated in their emotions. I feel like this is somebody who's very sure of themselves. This is a very similar energy that came out in the Timeless Love reading on Instagram. Also in the description if you want to see that. This is somebody who is essentially... It's this energy of not taking a look at certain things, or not willing to take accountability for something. This could be a masculine counterpart or an energy. This doesn't have to be twin flames or soulmates, however you want to look at it. But the fact of the matter is we have a masculine energy here, okay? This could be a masculine energy in your life that you're dealing with. Excuse me. This could be you stepping into your masculine energy. But I feel like somebody is walking away from something to move towards something else. Excuse me, this could be your person walking away from anything that was kind of walking away from the gossip, right? When I see the Nine of Wands, normally you can see the Nine of Wands as somebody willing to put in the work, holding a torch for the relationship. But, the reason I like using different decks is because it gives us an opportunity to actually use different imagery and, channel messages based off of that. And so if we're looking at it like somebody essentially not really willing to... sit around and gossip, not really willing to deal with people's opinions and this and that, and just the issues and the drama, I feel like that's being walked away from, okay? I feel like when it comes to connections like these, especially if they are somewhat visible in the public, and if it's like in a public setting, maybe this is somebody, like with the Eight of Pentacles, this could be somebody that you've met in a work setting, this could be a group setting, something with a group is kind of what I'm picking up on here. You in a situation with another masculine energy, whether this is you as the masculine or dealing with somebody who's primarily masculine, not gender specific at all. It just feels like there is a sense of needing to protect this connection, and I feel like this is what your person is kind of trying to do right now. If that's not something that you resonate with, and if it doesn't fit, don't force it. This could be you really feeling like you need to defend yourself, okay? I feel like Maybe your person decided to, I don't even feel like they really walked away. I feel like this is something that came out in the Timeless Love reading. There's what I call divinely ordained like breaks or like little separation periods, right? And it doesn't always have to be a bad thing. When you're in little separation periods or you go into separation with somebody, that's the time to reflect. This is the time to really think about what it is you need to let go of in order to move forward and put in the work in this relationship. Okay, so if you're in union with somebody and you haven't had an argument, you haven't had a fight, there's been really no separation, well then this is the energy here for you to really take the time to put in the work in this relationship. But I don't feel like this is you. I feel like this is the person coming through in this reading here that is willing to put in the work in this relationship. And the reason I say so, man, is because we have the Tower that came out under that, okay? This is somebody who has really come to an end of a very burdensome cycle with the Ten of Swords, all right? And I feel like this is somebody here recognizing that it's like, okay, with the Three of Wands here, this is something that I feel like your person has been looking for a long time. Whether that is you or your person, I feel like Spirit has stepped in with the Tower and has said, hey, if this is something that you really want, you know, this is your opportunity to, you know, take the steps necessary to move towards that. Three of Wands can also be the energy of being patient, but when you look at the card here, this is somebody who is seeing the light, somebody who has had a revelation about this connection, and they're like, you know what, this is really something that I do want. This is something here with the Ace of Wands. By the way, I just have my deck sitting here with the bottom sticking out, and so it's kind of how I read sometimes too. And that's what I'm seeing. I'm seeing like this person here, you know, whether you walked away from them, whether there was a separation, or whether there's like a divinely ordained break, or whatever it is that's going on, I feel like there's an opportunity to essentially move in a new direction, whether that's with this person or somebody else. I feel like is something we'll be delving into because it's going to be different for everybody, okay? But I just feel like there's just going to be some kind of offer being made, okay? I feel like that's kind of what I'm seeing. Like we have the Six of Wands, we have the Ace of Wands, and we have the Three of Wands. We have a lot of wand, passionate energy, dude. You know, the universe, I feel like, stepped in. I am just like dropping all of my cards today. I was doing this on the Timeless Love message too. A lot of wand energy. I mean, we have the Nine of Wands here too. Like we have a lot of really fiery, passionate energy. We don't really have any cups though, so I don't feel like this is something where you have a... It's not that you don't have emotions for this person or they don't have emotions for you, but because this may be a new connection that you are embarking on, I feel like there hasn't been the opportunity to explore that. And I feel like that's kind of what is being realized here. Whatever faulty foundations were existing in this connection are kind of coming to a close, especially with us entering 2023. Depending on how you want to look at the new year, you can look at it a bunch of different ways, you know what I mean? But it's something where I feel like there's just the opportunity for you to move in a new direction. You know, if you resonate with the twin flame journey, this could be you deciding to move into a different type of relationship. Maybe you have had a new opportunity come in. Maybe you have options now. You have somebody in your life that you do feel a deep soul bond with. And just keep in mind, like when it comes to these types of relationships, regardless of whether it's a twin flame, there's always going to be some kind of unresolved, I don't even necessarily want to say karma, because, you know, that is just, I feel like, a blanket term that we tend to use in the spiritual community to understand the relationships that we are in. But I just feel like there is an opportunity for you to actually explore a connection, okay? I feel like something has come into your life. It's either here or making its way into your life, okay? This is something you have been praying for a long time, and I feel like you're getting the opportunity to actually explore that, right? And I am going to take reversals in this deck. I don't usually take reversals these days, but, you know, I'm going to take them. Yeah, man. Taking all of these. So these are, I'm just pulling from the bottom right now. We're doing a bottom reading, okay? So we have a few reversals. We have the Ten of Pentacles reverse. We have the Six of Cups reverse. And we have the Chariot reverse and the High Priestess. That's what I'm saying. I feel like you decided to not move in a particular direction, okay? I feel like there may have been a past soul connection, twin flame, whatever it is that resonates with you. I don't feel like you decided to embark on that. I think you made the decision like, I want what's good for me, healthy for me, that's going to bring me the peace and happiness that I feel like I deserve in my life. And, you know, so long as you're not out here, you know, playing games with people and, you know, fucking people over and doing all kinds of shitty and shady things, this is the kind of energy that I feel like you're stepping away from, whether that's within yourself or within somebody else in your life. I just feel like there was a really major ending. It's either you're either having a hard time. I feel like this is somebody who's having a hard time letting go of this connection. Okay, this has been happening for me too. When I'm watching different readings, past people do tend to show up in these readings, and I often get frustrated, especially if it's something that I have decided to step away from and move in a new direction. Given we do have Mercury retrograde coming up, this is the type of energy we're going to start seeing. If this isn't somebody from the past coming back around, this is you reflecting on the past and applying those lessons, right, with the High Priestess. Like really understanding the deeper spiritual meaning of what you've been through before really moving forward in this relationship. And I just feel like it's because whatever is coming towards you is going to be moving very fast. It's not something that's going to be slow and go and tit for tat. It may be at a particular pace that either you're not used to or comfortable with. But because we have all this wand energy, again, 6 of Wands, Ace of Wands, and a 3 of Wands, I feel like it's going to be moving very quickly for you here, okay? We're going to go ahead and pull a new deck. Let's get a read on this new person that you're dealing with, okay? We do tap into the past energies a lot, and it's not because I want to tap into the past energies. I think it's just because they just come out and I have to read for what I see in the cards. And that's what's coming out, but I don't want to place all of our focus on the past energies, okay? We're going to be pulling with the Sorcerer's Tarot here. I want to get a read on your new person, this new relationship you're involved in. I personally don't like to give past energies too much attention. If they come up, we can acknowledge them, process them, and send them away with love. We don't always have to sit here and really let people back in or give people another chance. But that's a personal decision, right? That's something that only you're going to know is right for you. But let's go ahead and get a read on this new person that's coming into the collective's life here. Okay. So we don't have any reversals in this deck. This whole deck is upright. So we're just going to kind of intuitively delve into this deck. Let's see what comes out with this new person. Give thanks to my guides, angels, and ancestors for any messages that want to come through regarding this new relationship the collective is either in or is coming into their lives. Anything at all would be cool. Okay, we're going to take these. Okay, bottom of the deck we have the 3 of Cups. Funny enough, we have the 3 of Wands again, and the Fool and the Queen of Wands. I mean, damn, man, this is pretty similar energy. We already had the 3 of Wands that came out, and so I feel like either this is the person coming in or this is you. It could be both. Okay, we're going to look at it 2 ways. Let's look at you first. So if this is you in the Queen of Wands energy, this is somebody who's very passionate about their life, very passionate about the things they do, about the love they feel for themselves and those around them. But it can also be very impulsive energy. We have talked about this with the Fool before. If you have watched any of my readings in which I have gotten the Fool, we often tend to look at the Fool here. I do. I can't say you guys do because I'm the one that's talking about it, and I don't know. I don't want to speak for you, but if we're looking at the Fool energy, it's very impulsive energy. This is energy where somebody doesn't necessarily really think before they act, and it doesn't always have to be a bad thing, because it's like when you think about the Fool energy, this is the first card in the deck. Okay, if you move through the entire major arcana, you get to the Fool again. This is the very beginning of the entire cycle. This is you starting a new cycle, perhaps with somebody else, and I feel like that's because you've been patient. You took the time to work on yourself. You took the time to step into your energy. When I see the Queen of Wands, this is somebody who has balanced both feminine and masculine energy. Fire energy being a very masculine, powerful, organized type of energy, and feminine energy being very like an organized chaos, something that's very in tune with the chaos that can be used to create structure in their lives. And so this combined energy here, this could be, okay, we're going to start taking it to the other person now that could be coming in. This is somebody here who is very sure of what they want. Again, this came out in the Timeless Love message on Instagram. This is somebody who's very sure of themselves. They know what they want. They are very serious about you and this connection, and they're not willing to play games. A good way to know if somebody is going to be playing games with you is how honest they are. Okay, if you connect with somebody new and they're honest with you, maybe they're talking to somebody else, but they're still honest with you about that. I feel like that should be respected, okay? Even if it's, because think about how many times you've been in situations where people were, you were talking to people, you're getting to know people, you thought maybe there was something there, and then all of a sudden you find out that they're in a relationship, or they're, entertaining a bunch of other people. And if you're somebody who is okay with that, then that's totally cool. I'm not judging that. But if you're somebody who is very loyal and you want to build a relationship with just one person without involving other people, and somebody is in alignment with you, there's going to be honesty about, each other's situation. And if that's something that you're okay with, then you have the decision to make. It's somebody giving you the benefit of the doubt to make a decision, not to lead you on for their own personal benefit, but to tell you the truth, even if it's hard. Because sometimes telling the truth can be a really hard thing to do. It takes a lot of courage to be honest, especially if you know that it can either make or break the relationship, okay? But again, man, and that's kind of why I feel like we have the Three of Cups. We don't have any other cards that, indicate third-party energy, but I feel like that's kind of what is coming through. This is somebody who has come forward and maybe been very honest about what their situation is. This could also be influence from friend groups. This can also just be a time to kind of come together and celebrate with somebody. There are so many different ways we can look at this energy. I want to pull some more cards though. Let's get a look at this here. We're going to kind of touch on this, whatever needs to come out, honestly. Like for this energy, I feel like we did kind of tap into some past energy earlier, past readings, and we're going to be looking forward to the future, appreciating and being grateful for the new things and things that we do currently have in our lives. So anything you want to give us, Spirit, I'm very grateful. Any messages for the collective? We do have one card that came out. I would like to get at least one more. Yeah, we got the Eight of Cups again, man. We have the Devil, bottom of the deck. We have the Eight of Cups, and then we have the Page of Pentacles. We can look at this multiple ways, man. We can look at this as somebody who's deciding, again, to walk away from something to come forward towards you. This could be somebody who walked away from you to go towards something else. But I feel like this is a time of reflection, right? The Eight of Wands in this deck is a little different than what you would often see in some decks. I don't feel like this is a very traditional Rider-Waite type of deck, because the reason I say so is, like, when you see the Eight of Cups here, this is somebody who is really thinking long and hard before making a decision to make this offer. And so if you're not seeing anything right now, and you have somebody in your life, but you're not really seeing that movement yet, I feel like this is here to tell you that it's like, this is on its way or already here, but this is just somebody who I feel like is being very, very cautious before moving forward. It's interesting because we have the really, really impulsive energy. So what this is telling me is that this person is naturally a very passionate and impulsive person. However, they have learned about how that can affect relationships as a whole. And this to me looks like somebody who wants to be sure that when they make an offer, they're doing it from a place of, healthiness, equal reciprocity, really understanding their emotions before making an offer here. Okay, we're gonna get some final advice here. Final advice for closing out the reading, because it feels like we've just kind of reached a precipice here with this reading, right? It's kind of like, okay, we see the past energy closing out, we see the new energy coming in, and now we see this person in contemplation about whether to make an offer or how to make an offer. Again, I do feel like the desire is there for this person to make the offer, but it just doesn't necessarily seem like the opportunity has presented itself yet. This could be somebody who is just waiting for the right time before actually making some kind of offer. And it doesn't always have to be a big, huge, grandiose offer of like, let's get married tomorrow. I think I've said this before. It can be something as small as starting as friends. We did have the Three of Cups. So with this new connection that you may be dealing with, I feel like it is going to start maybe a little slow. I mean, it could move fast. We had a lot of Wand energy, so it could start small and move quickly, is kind of what I'm also seeing here. Okay, give thanks to my guides and angels and ancestors for any messages that want to come through, maybe some final advice. Or let's maybe get some, I'd like to get some intention energy on this person that's coming towards you. Let's go and see what this person's intentions are towards you, if you do have somebody coming forward. Okay, because I want to make sure you're well prepared for anything you do have coming your way. But if it doesn't resonate, just don't force it. There's no need to. Okay. So we're gonna get the person's intentions here. Okay, we do. All right. Well, bottom of the deck, we do have the Ten of Wands. So in the intention space, I feel like this is somebody who is either willing to put in the work, or I just feel like this is somebody who wants to overcome whatever obstacle you guys have faced. I feel like they don't want to do that with you anymore. Okay. I don't feel like this is somebody who, I don't feel like they have the patience to deal with stuff like this. And if this isn't somebody's intention space, this is telling me they want to close out that cycle with you. They want to come out of this here, right? They want to, that's because we got another 10. We have the 10 of Wands. We have the 10 of Swords. Under that, we also have the Star. Yeah, let's go and leave it there. So we have the Star, the 10 of Swords, and the 10 of Wands. Okay, we're going to take a look at these 3 cards. So I just feel like as an intention energy, this is somebody who wants to bring healing to the connection, okay? I don't necessarily feel like this is somebody you have maybe a lot of history with, but there does look like to be something that has happened. And this isn't talking about a past person, by the way. If you want to watch a reading about a past person, there's, plenty of readings out there, but we're kind of focusing on moving forward. I'm kind of personally in my life, I'm focusing on moving forward into new relationships, new connections, and not really looking to delve back too much into the past. And so naturally, that's going to impact the way I read, just because of my own personal bias and my own experiences. And this is kind of the energy I feel like is coming through as a collective as well. I don't feel like the people I read for are people that tend to want to repeat the same cycles, right? We've talked about this a lot, man. We've undergone this whole entire process of metamorphosis where we have changed ourselves. We have focused on the vision. We have really understood what it is we wanted, and we did the work to get there, man. Together we did the work. I've watched all of you grow so much, and I'm very proud of you. And it's just nice to see that we're really coming to the end of this, man. And I don't really feel like it's you, but because this is in somebody's intention space, man, this is like being mirrored back to you, man. This is something that I feel like you have been looking for a long time. You know, man, we know, we do this together. Like we've been going through this together for almost a year. Tomorrow marks our 7 months of doing this together, as I started the page up again 7 months ago, man. And to see where we started 7 months ago up until now, it is really beautiful, and I feel like you're going to start seeing this reflected back to you if you haven't already, okay? Because we have the 8 of Wands, we have the Ace of Pentacles, Death, and back to the 8 of Wands. So again, reminiscent of the energy that came out on Instagram. Death came out. This is the end of a major cycle, dude. But I feel like this is a rebirth of a relationship. This is somebody who's just, man, it's just somebody who knows what they want, because you know what you want. You're now being aligned with somebody who knows what they want, and I feel like it's this relationship, and it is you. And I feel like it may move fast, man. Like that's just what keeps coming out. The 8 of Wands, this is really fast moving energy. This is somebody who is just like, they have mastered their craft. They mastered their mind, emotions, and all that stuff. They are in tune with themselves. They are in tune with nature. They are in tune with their passions. And I feel like this is a new start here with the Ace of Pentacles. Somebody who wants to make that offer. Again, I don't know how that's going to look. It's going to look different for everybody, but I feel like you're just getting that opportunity, man, to really rebirth a new cycle. Yeah. All right, Spirit's telling me to close this reading out. I know we usually tend to go for like the full 30 or so minutes, but this reading I feel like is very succinct and very precise, because I don't feel like there's much to talk about. Because it's like when you're entering, these new relationships and these new people come in that are aligned with what you want, there's not really much drama there, man. And a lot of the times when we've been doing these readings and we're tapping into these past energies, trying to come back around and cause drama, that's where we tend to get convoluted in the readings, and we tend to go, really, really deep into what comes out. But man, it doesn't really feel like there's much drama here, dude. This feels like somebody who doesn't want to cause drama. This just feels like somebody who just wants to love you and just wants to appreciate you and really be around you the way you deserve to be loved. Treat you the way you deserve. We'll do one final advice before closing out. Let's just we'll do the Golden Dawn Tarot. Final advice here for the collective in this new relationship they are embarking on. What can we say here for the collective, Spirit? What do you have for us? Final messages here. Final advice for this person coming towards the collective, or the new person that the collective has been dealing with for some time. Okay, bottom of the deck, we have the Three of Cups again, dude. We've got Three of Cups has come out twice, and we haven't had any like shisty energy, man. There's no Seven of Swords. I did see the Five of Swords at the bottom of the deck, but it's like I didn't really even decide to pull it because we had other energies that didn't really relate to it. You know, so that could be maybe somebody from your past. Maybe you're a little conflicted, but man, I mean, we got the Prince of Pentacles, which is also the Page of Pentacles again, and Judgment, dude. This is the time to make the decision to move in a new direction. Okay, I feel like this is a celebratory time, man. This is the time where you're really, it's just like really, really knowing that what you want is right for you. And this is the energy of like, when you know something is right for you, you know it's for you. And it's like, there's no question. It's not something where you're questioning whether, oh, is this person my person, or is this person really for me? Man, the right person will treat you the way you deserve to be treated, man. And it will be consistent. It's not going to be, maybe like, there's like a little, you know, hot and cold in terms of like not knowing where you each stand with each other and not knowing where the relationship stands. It's kind of like, you know, are we just friends, or are we actually going to, you know, commit to this relationship and move forward? I feel like that's kind of what's, as a final advice, especially in the advice section, you should ask yourself that. With this new relationship, you know, make a judgment call here. Spirit's asking you to make an internal decision, and you're going to see that reflected. Do you want to just, you know, remain friends with this person? Do you maybe just want to, you know, have fun? What is it you want, right? But if you really do want to embark on a new commitment here, the opportunity is here. Just, you know, put in the work, you know, show up when you need to show up, and just be consistent, you know. And I feel like that's really all it comes down to. You know, as a final closing energy, man, we have the Strength card. It's like being brave. Then under that, we do have the Six of Pentacles. And we do have the Moon. I'm going to talk about it though, because the Five of Swords is coming up again. It's coming up at the bottom of the deck, and along with the Prince of Swords under that, and the Queen of Swords. Okay, so I know I was going to close the reading out, but all these messages are coming out to me right now. So I feel like there's going to be a discussion, and that's where the conflict is coming from. You're not seeing this yet. This may not be shown, but I feel like because we do have the Six of Cups, there's a desire for emotional reciprocity here. There's a desire for balance in this new connection that you're dealing with, and I feel like you both need to have clarity, right? There's the desire for clarity here. But I just feel like because it's not being shown yet, you don't necessarily know how deep this person feels for you or how much they actually think about this. But I feel like you're going to have the opportunity to have that conversation. You're going to be getting the clarity, and when you get the clarity, you're either both going to start cutting people out of your lives that are getting in the way of this connection, or you're going to cut this connection out as a whole. That is something that you're going to have to determine as you further progress in this connection, right? But it's going to take time. But once I feel like that decision is made to invest, just the initial like intention to invest in this relationship is when you're going to really start seeing things move, okay? So let's get a final closing message here for you. My card is just full of random decks. I got like 3 decks just sitting around. We got a 4th one coming out. A few minutes left here on the reading. We're going to get a final closing message. This is really beautiful reading. You know, I feel like the readings we've been doing have been moving in this really nice, stable direction. And, you know, I'm really, really happy for us, guys, because we've been through a lot together. You know, it's not been an easy year for any of us. I think, you know, considering what's been coming up in the readings, it's safe to say that we've been through the ringer. And I feel like now, because we stood in our power, you know, we are really being blessed with what it is we truly deserve and want. But it is still going to take the same amount of effort and work and consistency that we always talk about, right? So closing messages here for the collective spirit using the animal messages deck. Thank you, my guides, my angels, and my ancestors, for any messages you have for us to close out this reading for us today on this beautiful day. I don't know if you can tell the sun is shining through, which never actually happens in the spot I sit in. I don't know, it's just maybe I'm recording a little later than usual, so I'm not even sure how it's, you know, where is it even coming from? It must be reflecting off of something, because, oh, I see, the sun's just changing positions, because that's what the sun does. The sun moves, it changes positions, it doesn't stay in one spot, okay? So we have hippopotamus. It says, friends stand close by to shield you from life's adversities, okay? I feel like this is a really good time to lean on your friends, man. I know I personally have been doing that as well, and it's helped me a lot, right? Crocodile, bottom of the deck. The alchemy of energy teaches that death will always yield new life. So while you're going through this transition in this relationship, don't be afraid to lean on your friends, man. Your friends are here to help you. True friends are here to help you and will give you advice as to how to move forward in a way that's healthy for you. A good way to tell whether a good way to tell whether or not somebody really fucks with you is ask them advice on a situation that you do want advice on. And if they give you advice that is actually like helping you and not trying to keep you stuck in toxicity, that's a real friend, right? If they're willing to be honest with you, even if it's not always nice, but they're willing to be honest with you about, maybe you should or shouldn't do or say this, that's a real friend, man. And you'll know when people actually are there for you, and you'll know who's really supporting you when it comes down to how people show up in your life, okay? But I feel like more than anything, as a final advice, man, I feel like you're going to be renewing this cycle with this person. I do think it's going to start as a friendship, as most relationships should. Build that solid foundation with this person. Make sure that you can be best friends, because that is what is going to hold you down when things get tough. Because keep in mind, man, when it comes to divine connections and new relationships, every relationship is going to have its cycles. It's going to have its ups and it's going to have its downs. It is not going to be perfect, but that is what builds stronger bonds. And I feel like that is the opportunity here. Don't be afraid to ask your friends for help, but understand that this new cycle between you two, this new relationship that you're either making the decision to go towards or has already been made and you're in it and pursuing it and, going through those cycles, that's what's coming out. But I'm also getting a final message here that, like, I feel like this person wants to come out of the friendship phase. I feel like the friendship phase has gone on long enough. I feel like that's why the Three of Cups energy has been coming out so much. It's like, okay, we've been friends for a while now. We've maybe not known each other very well, but can we maybe move this into a more romantic, committed space? And I feel like that's both of you. I don't feel like this is any one person. This is being mirrored between you both. I feel like you both just want to just be like, you know what? Yeah, like being friends is cool, but like I want to be with you and commit to you and do all the relationship stuff, right? But that said, man, I think that's where we're gonna leave it. We can maybe pull one more at the bottom of the deck, or the back of the deck, because we got like a minute. It says the wild horse: speak your passion aloud and defend those whom you love in word and deed. What did we just say, man? I feel like I didn't mean it like a patronizing kind of way. It's exciting. It's passionate. I feel like when you have the chance, dude, don't be afraid to show this person you love them. Don't be afraid to embarrass yourself. Like, sometimes, man, when it comes to love and relationships, you gotta do things that might feel a little weird, especially in a new healthy relationship. If you feel a little embarrassed to, make your move or do something that expresses love in your love language, it's gonna feel a little weird. But man, this is the opportunity for you. Don't pass it up if you want it, right? Spirit saying it's here. Do you want it? Take it. It's yours. Don't be afraid, man. Just like tame your inner beast, but don't be afraid to let your beast live a little bit. If you love this person, show them, tell them when the opportunity is right. But that said, I love you. Have a great rest of your day. If you want to book a personal reading, that is all in the description, you guys. But I love you so much and I appreciate you. Goodbye and happy holidays.